In the 1990s, a seemingly miraculous weight loss drug took the world by storm: Fen-Phen. This combination of two medications, fenfluramine and phentermine, quickly gained popularity for its impressive results. People struggling with obesity finally felt a glimmer of hope in their battle against the bulge. Little did they know, this seemingly miracle cure would soon unravel, revealing a web of devastating side effects and raising serious questions about the pharmaceutical industry's pursuit of profit over patient safety. This is the story of Fen-Phen, a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked pharmaceutical enthusiasm and the importance of rigorous safety protocols. The Fen-Phen saga serves as a stark reminder that even medications deemed safe by regulatory bodies can harbor hidden dangers. It underscores the crucial need for ongoing vigilance, comprehensive research, and a commitment to prioritizing patient well-being above all else. The lessons learned from the Fen-Phen tragedy continue to shape the landscape of drug development and regulation today. The story of Fen-Phen begins long before its meteoric rise to fame in the 1990s. Fenfluramine, one half of the dangerous duo, first emerged on the scene in the 1960s as an appetite suppressant. It received approval from the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, in 1973 for use in obese patients. Phentermine, the other half of the equation, shared a similar trajectory. It too was initially approved by the FDA in 1959 as a short-term weight loss solution. Both medications worked by influencing neurotransmitters in the brain that regulate appetite and satiety. However, they did so through different mechanisms. Despite their initial approvals, neither drug was without its drawbacks. Both fenfluramine and phentermine came with a laundry list of potential side effects, including dry mouth, insomnia, and gastrointestinal issues. These side effects, while unpleasant, were generally considered tolerable in the face of the drug's potential benefits for weight loss. What was not yet known, however, were the devastating cardiovascular complications that would later come to light, ultimately leading to Fen-Phen's downfall. The combination of fenfluramine and phentermine, dubbed Fen-Phen, emerged in the 1990s as a seemingly more effective approach to weight loss. While both drugs had been used individually for years, it was their combined use that captured the attention of physicians and patients alike. This combination therapy, it seemed, produced more dramatic weight loss than either drug could achieve alone. The rationale behind this synergistic effect was that the two medications worked on different pathways in the brain, leading to enhanced appetite suppression. Word of Fen-Phen's effectiveness spread like wildfire, fueled by anecdotal reports and early studies suggesting its efficacy. Doctors, eager to offer their patients a solution to the growing obesity epidemic, began prescribing Fen-Phen off-label, meaning for purposes not explicitly approved by the FDA. This widespread off-label use would prove to be a crucial factor in the Fen-Phen tragedy, as it allowed the drug combination to reach millions of users before its long-term safety profile could be fully established. The rise of Fen-Phen coincided with a period of growing concern over obesity rates in the United States and other developed nations. Obesity was increasingly recognized as a major public health crisis, linked to a host of chronic diseases such as heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Against this backdrop of rising obesity rates and their associated health risks, Fen-Phen emerged as a beacon of hope for many individuals struggling with their weight. The perceived effectiveness of Fen-Phen, coupled with the increasing societal pressure to be thin, created a perfect storm that propelled the drug combination to blockbuster status. Millions of people desperate for a solution to their weight problems flocked to their doctors, demanding the latest and greatest weight loss wonder drug. Pharmaceutical companies, sensing a lucrative market opportunity, heavily promoted Fen-Phen to physicians and directly to consumers through advertising. The stage was set for a public health disaster as millions of individuals unknowingly exposed themselves to a drug combination with potentially fatal side effects. Section 5. Troubling signs emerge. As Fen-Phen's popularity soared, so too did concerns about its safety. Reports of adverse effects began to surface, initially dismissed as anecdotal or rare occurrences. However, as more and more patients presented with similar symptoms, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. One of the most concerning side effects linked to Fen-Phen was pulmonary hypertension, a rare and serious lung disorder characterized by high blood pressure in the arteries that supply the lungs. This condition can lead to shortness of breath, fatigue, chest pain, and even heart failure. In addition to pulmonary hypertension, Fen-Phen was also implicated in cases of valvular heart disease. This condition affects the heart valves, which control the flow of blood through the heart. Fen-Phen use was found to be associated with damage to the heart valves, causing them to thicken and stiffen. This damage can impair the heart's ability to pump blood effectively, leading to symptoms such as fatigue, shortness of breath, and swelling in the legs and ankles. In severe cases, valvular heart disease can lead to heart failure or stroke. Section 6. The FDA takes action. As the evidence mounted, the FDA could no longer ignore the growing body of evidence linking Fen-Phen to serious health risks. In July 1997, the agency took the unprecedented step of issuing a public health advisory about Fen-Phen. This advisory warned doctors and patients about the potential for the drug combination to cause valvular heart disease, a serious and potentially life-threatening condition. The FDA also announced that it was working with the manufacturer of Fen-Phen, Wyeth Pharmaceuticals, to gather more information about the drug's safety profile. The FDA's public health advisory sent shockwaves through the medical community and the general public. What was once hailed as a miracle cure for obesity was now being linked to a potentially deadly heart condition. The advisory also raised serious questions about the adequacy of the FDA's drug approval process and its ability to protect the public from unsafe medications. In the wake of the advisory, millions of people who had taken Fen-Phen were left wondering about their own health and the long-term consequences of their exposure to the drug combination. Section 7. The fallout begins. In September 1997, just 2 months after the FDA's public health advisory, Wyeth Pharmaceuticals announced the voluntary withdrawal of Fen-Phen from the market. This decision, while welcomed by many, came too late for the millions of people who had already taken the drug and were now at risk for developing serious health problems. The withdrawal of Fen-Phen marked a turning point in the public's perception of weight loss drugs and the pharmaceutical industry as a whole. Despite the withdrawal of Fen-Phen, phentermine, one of the 2 drugs in the combination, remained available on the market as a standalone medication for short-term weight loss. However, its use was now subject to stricter regulations and closer scrutiny from both doctors and patients. The Fen-Phen debacle served as a stark reminder that even medications deemed safe by regulatory bodies can harbor hidden dangers, and that the pursuit of profit must never come at the expense of patient safety. Section 8. Justice for Fen-Phen victims? The withdrawal of Fen-Phen from the market did little to alleviate the suffering of those who had already experienced serious side effects from the drug. In the years that followed, thousands of lawsuits were filed against Wyeth Pharmaceuticals by individuals who claimed that Fen-Phen had caused them harm. These lawsuits alleged that Wyeth had failed to adequately warn doctors and patients about the risks associated with Fen-Phen, and that the company had put profits ahead of patient safety. In 1999, Wyeth agreed to a $3.75 billion settlement to resolve the majority of the Fen-Phen lawsuits filed against the company. This settlement, one of the largest pharmaceutical settlements in US history, provided compensation to individuals who had developed valvular heart disease or pulmonary hypertension after taking Fen-Phen. While the settlement provided some measure of financial relief to victims, it did not erase the suffering they had endured or the long-term health consequences they continued to face. Section 9. The long shadow of Fen-Phen. The Fen-Phen tragedy cast a long shadow over the pharmaceutical industry and the FDA's drug approval process. It highlighted the potential for conflicts of interest when financial incentives align with the desire to rush drugs to market. The fallout from Fen-Phen led to calls for greater transparency in clinical trials, more rigorous safety evaluations, and increased post-marketing surveillance of approved drugs. The lessons learned from the Fen-Phen debacle continue to shape the landscape of drug development and regulation today. The tragedy serves as a stark reminder that even medications deemed safe by regulatory bodies can harbor hidden dangers, and that vigilance, comprehensive research, and a commitment to prioritizing patient well-being above all else are paramount.